What's up, humans? Kurumi here, and welcome to our tips, tricks, and guide video. In this video, we are going to show you tips and tricks for Yi-Sun-shin. But if you guys are interested on watching the complete guide, just search for Toym Traveller Boot Camp Yi-Sun-shin on the search bar. Anyway, let's proceed. Set first skill to max level first. Prioritizing this makes the cooldown of this skill lower. That means you can fly in and fly out easily in team fights. Prioritize second skill less since your first skill is what you need for mobility and crowd control immunity. Always upgrade your ultimate skill when available for upgrading. Yi-Sun-shin's passive skill is what you need to deal lots of critical hits to the enemies. Before we proceed explaining his passive, take note that your base is transformed into a naval fleet. Beside the base, turtle ships are spawned. You can aboard these ships to enhance your movement speed and change the effect of your first skill, which will be explained later on. When you get on a turtle ship, the other one will disappear and will begin its cooldown before it appears again. Now, let's proceed explaining his weapon and mastery on his passive. He switches the weapon he uses depending on how close the target is to him. He uses longbow when the target is far, while he uses his glaive when the target is close to him. Each time he switches his weapon, he activates his passive's enhancement on his next two basic attacks. The enhanced basic attack grants him a sure critical hit. The critical damage on the first enhanced attack is higher than the critical damage from the second. But the second critical hit grants him additional movement speed. Take note that each enhanced basic attack you deal will reduce the cooldown of your first skill. You can utilize the changing of weapons along with your other skills to deal continuous critical damage to enemies. Take a look on this scenario. All my basic attacks dealt were all critical damage because I utilized switching my weapons. With my second skill, it automatically granted me another set of enhanced basic attacks to burst down the enemy. With my first skill, it made me close to the enemy to let my glaive do the trick. So better utilize this on killing jungle monster as well to farm faster. Yi-Sun-shin's first skill is what you need for mobility, with the ability to dash towards a specified direction while damaging enemies along the path. This is really helpful to either chase enemies or escape death. You can also use this skill to reposition yourself to switch your weapon from glaive to a longbow. This will now trigger your passive for enhanced basic attacks. Take note that every enhanced basic attack you deal will reduce the cooldown of this skill. When you are aboard the turtle ship, this skill has a different effect. You can launch the turtle ship towards a specified direction. Enemies hit will receive physical damage and will be stunned. This is really helpful to contribute crowd control to save allies and to help kill enemy heroes. Yi-Sun-shin's second skill is what you need to either shoot enemies from afar or slash enemies in front of you. Before we proceed, take note that using this skill in any way will grant you 2 enhanced basic attacks from your passive skill. Anyway, this skill's range varies if you charged it enough or not. When you just click on the skills button or just hold it a little bit, Yi-Sun-shin will slash everything in front of him and will be dealt with physical damage. This is best to be used when in combat against a melee enemy hero. When the enemy gets near you and you don't have enhanced basic attacks from your passive, use this skill to slash them and you gain another 2 enhanced basic attacks. This will let you deal almost non-stop critical damage to the enemies. On the other hand, when he charges it for a longer time, or when you see the skill guide changed into a thin bar, this means that releasing the button will launch a charged arrow towards the specified direction. And take note that after releasing it, your next 2 basic attacks are also enhanced. So make sure you utilize this skill to deal non-stop critical basic attacks. Also, the charged arrow's range is really long, so you can use this to kill escaping enemies. But take note that your movement speed is reduced while charging, so there is a chance that the enemy can escape from you. Yi-Sun-shin's ultimate skill is what you need to attack all enemies anywhere in the map. Using this skill will have the naval fleet shoot 3 cannon attacks to all enemies anywhere in the map. Each hit will deal physical damage to enemies and will have their movement speed reduced. You can use this skill to assist your allies if you see they're in combat with the enemies. You can browse your screen through the mini-map to check if your allies need your ultimate skill. Just like on this scenario, Roddick checked on him and saw that he needs help. So Roddick used his ultimate skill to slow down the enemies and deal decent damage to them. But it just so happened that he was able to kill an unexpected enemy. This is also best used when you need to check the locations of the enemy, since this will show enemies even if they're inside a bush. So use this especially if your team is attempting to kill the Lord or push turrets for objectives. Here we go again with our experiments. We will test some scenarios against Yi-Sun-shin which could either benefit them or destroy them. First, let's have Natalia. Let's see if Natalia's silence can stop our second skill's charging. As you can see, our charging stopped. This is how Natalia silences her ex who keeps bad-mouthing about her. Anyway, this should also be applicable to other skills that silences target enemies. Next, we have Kaja. Let's see if we can pull Yi-Sun-shin during his dash with first skill. As you can see, Yi-Sun-shin was able to dash when we used our ultimate skill. But he was still pulled after his dash towards us. So beware of Kaja's ultimate skill because it's a skill from the gods. Next, we have Gaotkacha. Let's see if we can dodge Gaotkacha's ultimate skill. As you can see, we received the damage from his skill but we weren't knock up. So even knock up effects won't affect Yi-Sun-shin during his first skill. Next, we have Akai. Let's see if Akai's spin Aruni could stop our dash. As you can see, we were able to dash through Akai. Yi-Sun-shin is definitely the master of ghosting. Next, we have Jawhead. Let's see if we can dodge Jawhead's ultimate skill. As you can see, we weren't stunned but he was still able to chase us. Well, at least Yi-Sun-shin was not stunned. Next up we have Saber. Let's see if we can dodge Saber's ultimate skill with our first skill. As you can see, we weren't knocked up and was able to escape from it, but we still received the damage. At least we were able to get out of that toxic relationship. Next up we have Sylvana. Let's see if we can use his first skill to shrug off the hold from Sylvana's ultimate skill. As you can see, we weren't able to get out of her ultimate skill. This is why you shouldn't try ghosting anyone to begin with. Next, we have Franco. Let's see if we can dodge Franco's hook with our first skill. As you can see, we weren't stunned or pulled by his hook. This makes you safe from being hooked by a pro hooker. Last but not the least, we have our recently favorite hero to experiment with. Let's see if our turtle ship can stop Gord's ultimate skill. As you can see, Gord's ultimate skill is definitely immune to stun effects. I don't even know why we were asked to test this scenario since it's pretty obvious, but I can't say no to free food. In terms of his combo, you can formulate lots of combos because he uses 2 weapons. Variations of combos can be formulated, but let me show you how we do it the Kurumi style. This first combo involves more ranged attacks which can fit those who are really cautious going in team fights. First we charge our second skill. We just release it when the bar below reaches red as much as possible to achieve maximum damage. Then, we deal ranged basic attacks because our next 2 basic attacks are enhanced. Then, we use our first skill to get near to the enemy. Then, we deal melee basic attacks because being near to the enemy will let us use our glaive instead. The next 2 basic attacks are also enhanced due to the changing of weapons. Then, if ever the enemy is still alive, use your first skill to dash away from the enemy to make your basic attack switch to your longbow, making your next 2 basic attacks enhanced again. This next combo now involves more melee attacks which can put you in danger since you are in team fights. First, use your ranged basic attacks if ever it is enhanced. If it's not enhanced anymore, use your first skill to get near to the target. Then since you are beside the target, your glaive will enhance your next 2 basic attacks. Then, use your second skill to slash the enemies in front of you. Using this will also enhance again your next 2 basic attacks. Then deal again melee basic attacks. If ever the enemy is still alive and will definitely run from you. Just keep dealing basic attack because it will shift from your glaive to your longbow, which again will grant you enhanced basic attacks. Here is a smooth preview on how we somehow utilize the transition of weapons. Additional tip: in case you already used your enhanced basic attacks with your longbow, but you don't want to dash near the enemy because it's too dangerous, you can use your second skill to deal a quick slash. Even if it doesn't hit anyone, at least your next two ranged basic attacks are enhanced again. This will serve as your emergency button for more burst damage. Also, be merciful sometimes. Even if they are your enemies, try to give them compassion to make them enjoy the game more. Well, I'm just kidding. Roddick probably just miscalculated this scenario and let Alice go away by accident. The tips I mentioned are just some of the ways you can use Yi-Sun-shin. This video just guides you on how to use Yi-Sun-shin the Kurumi way. We would like to thank our Wakandian brother, Rakuten, for being our lab rat for this boot camp. You can search for him in-game and tell him how much you appreciate him, willing to sacrifice his pride and honor to be a test subject. Do not forget to like and share this video. Also subscribe to our channel for more contents by clicking on the subscribe and bell button. For our skin giveaway events, check out the community tab for the giveaway event post. We have our coffee account just in case you want to donate us some coffee funds. Check our coffee link on the description of this video. Please only trust boot camp videos from our official accounts. See you on the next Mobile Legends boot camp. Cheers.